Have you ever been faced with a task that seemed so daunting? You wanted to give up even though you knew you weren't giving your best. Why do we lose motivation so quickly? Are we just lazy? Hi, welcome to our channel. Here we bring you the science behind everything. In this video, we are going to be talking about the science behind motivation and how it works in your brain. So make sure to watch until the end to find out what you can do to increase your motivation. What is motivation? It comes from the Latin word motivus, which means to move. So motivation is what drives us to move forward, whether we're moving towards something or away from something. It is the reason why we do the things we do and the force that helps us achieve our goals. But have you ever wondered how motivation works in your brain? There are two sections to this video. The first part is going to focus on the science behind motivation, explaining how different parts of your brain come together to produce the emotion that we call motivation. And the second part will show you real-life applications of what you can do to motivate yourself. Section 1. The science. When you think of rewards, what comes to mind? Maybe something sweet like ice cream, or maybe an exciting event like a party. Our brains love rewards. They are essential to our survival. Rewards provide us with positive emotions that help us repeat behaviors that are necessary to live. Think about it. If eating food made you feel awful, you wouldn't eat again. But since eating food feels good, you look forward to eating at meal times. This is because our brain has a reward system. But what exactly is the reward system? Deep within our brain lies a complex network of neurons called the mesolimbic pathway. This pathway is responsible for the brain's reward system. Neurons in this pathway release a chemical messenger called dopamine. Dopamine is like a messenger that travels through your brain and tells different parts of your brain to either excite or inhibit their activity. These neurons form a loop starting from an area called the ventral tegmental area and passing through the nucleus accumbens before reaching the prefrontal cortex. This pathway is one of many in the brain that use dopamine as a chemical messenger. Together, they make up the larger dopaminergic system. The reward system isn't just about pleasure. It motivates us to repeat behaviors that are important for our survival. For example, getting food, having social interactions, or achieving success at work. All of these things activate the reward system in our brain and make us want to do them again. This is also why addictions are so dangerous. Addictive substances like drugs and alcohol hijack the reward system in our brain, causing it to release abnormally high levels of dopamine. Over time, this floods our brain with dopamine, which ends up decreasing the normal levels of dopamine in our brain, making it hard to feel motivated when we aren't using the substance. So what does this mean for you? The next time you have to complete a challenging task, know that your brain's reward system will be activated when you complete the task successfully. By understanding this, you can trick your brain into being more motivated by breaking down the big task into smaller ones. Each time you complete one of the smaller tasks, your brain will receive a small reward, which will keep you motivated to complete the next one. Intrinsic vs. extrinsic motivation. Now that we understand the science behind motivation, let's take a closer look at intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is doing things for their inherent satisfaction rather than for a separable consequence like pressure or reward. Extrinsic motivation is doing something because of outside influences or causes, such as avoiding a punishment or receiving a reward. Both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation are important for achieving our goals. However, research shows that intrinsic motivation is more closely linked to long-term goal achievement. Habits are behaviors that we do regularly. Habits are usually automatic and don't require much conscious thought. They become automatic after they've been repeated several times. For example, brushing your teeth is most likely a habit for you. The first time you brushed your teeth, you were probably taught how to do it by your parents. Since then, you haven't had to think about how to brush your teeth every time you do it. This is because brushing your teeth has become a habit. But how do habits influence motivation? Habits can help us stay motivated by providing a routine that we can rely on. For example, if you want to start exercising more, you could make it a habit to go for a run every morning. Over time, your body will get used to running every morning, which will make it easier to stay motivated. However, habits can also be a bad thing. For example, if you want to stop eating junk food but you eat it every day after school, then stopping will be difficult. Junk food has become a habit for you, which makes it difficult to break the cycle. Behavioral reinforcement. Behavioral reinforcement is the process of strengthening a behavior by providing a reward or removing a punishment. For example, if you want your child to clean their room, you could give them a reward every time they do it. Over time, they will learn that cleaning their room results in a reward, which will make them more likely to do it in the future. This is called positive reinforcement. Another type of behavioral reinforcement is negative reinforcement. Negative reinforcement is when you remove something unpleasant to strengthen a behavior. For example, if you want your child to stop playing video games, you could take away their console for a week. After a few days, they will start to feel so bored without their console that they will beg you to give it back. Once you give it back, they won't want to lose it again, so they will be less likely to play video games in the future. Now, we'll take a look at some real-life applications. How can you use what you've learned about motivation to improve your life? Well, here are a few tips. Set realistic goals. When setting goals, it's important to be realistic. If you set an unrealistic goal, you're setting yourself up for failure. Instead, start with small goals that you can achieve easily. As you get more comfortable, you can start setting bigger goals. Reward yourself when you achieve a goal. By rewarding yourself, you're reinforcing the behavior of working towards and achieving your goals. This will make you more likely to do it in the future. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're struggling to achieve a goal, don't be afraid to ask for help. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It makes you smart. Use the strengths of others to help you achieve your own goals. Take care of yourself. When you take care of yourself, you're increasing your chances of being successful. This includes eating healthy, exercising, and getting enough sleep. All of these things will help you stay focused and motivated. Now let's look at how motivation affects you and your everyday life. Think back to a time when you were really motivated. What was it about that situation that made you so motivated? Was it the challenge, the opportunity for growth, or the chance to prove yourself? Whatever it was, try to tap into that same level of motivation in other areas of your life. It's important to remember that everyone has different levels of motivation. There is no right or wrong level of motivation. Everyone's motivation will change over time. Be patient with yourself if you're not as motivated as you want to be. It will happen eventually. Motivation is a powerful force that can help us achieve our goals and live our best lives. By understanding how motivation works in our brain, we can tap into that power and use it to our advantage. Whether we're dealing with addiction, habits, or behavioral reinforcement, the science of motivation has a lot to teach us. So next time you're feeling unmotivated, just remember that it's all in your brain chemistry and that you have the power to change it. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and share it with a friend. We would appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.